All right, we're live. What's up, Jeremy? How's it going?
I was just enjoying the last night of a 3-day weekend. Got to go back to work in the morning.
Yeah, wish I can say the same, but
Yeah, I gotcha. No, it's all bittersweet, but
yeah, no, it's all good. Like I said, I still got a check coming in, so
yep.
I'm not in the red yet. And honestly, I haven't even been looking. So I guess my goal is get a freaking job sometime this year.
You gonna try to switch it up and maybe do something within the industry?
Man, I want to switch it up, but I don't think I can make enough money, like make what I was making before.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of options that are kind of coming my way. One is there's a couple of guys retiring where I used to work in a different department. So my guesstimate is they're retire. I know they're retiring in January, so they'll probably post the positions in February. They'll probably interview in March, and they'll probably fill the position in April. So I'll probably go through all of that, try to get that position. If I get a job there again,
Mm-hmm.
the severance just stops and I get to keep all my seniority, vacation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, all my vacations. Cause I get up to 5 weeks now because I've been there so long. And
Cool.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. And pension and stuff like that. So if you leave the company and say you come back, you don't get any of that stuff. They don't offer bonus or pension anymore. So that's one scenario. The other scenario is going back as a contractor, which I'd basically be there. I wouldn't be working for the company on the salary, and it would probably be a 6-month contract, be
Mm-hmm.
doing what I was doing before. And, pay is pretty good. I'll probably be making more than I'm making now, but there would be no benefits. My wife works there, so all the benefits would have to transfer to her. So it wouldn't be a big deal as far as medical and dental and stuff like that. But I wouldn't get a pension anymore, and I wouldn't get a bonus anymore, and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, I don't know. There's that. As far as doing something completely outside of that, I have been pondering it, and I am open to it. I kind of like the idea, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know. I mean, I just haven't been looking. I've been so freaking busy. You'd think I'd have all this time on my hands, but it's like I'm still busy as hell trying to do stuff around the house and, try to get some time on the charger, but it's still a struggle.
Yeah, there's always a lot to do with the house. Doesn't matter if your house is 1 year old, 20 years old. Like there's always projects to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you've been there a while and you just keep pushing stuff off, and now you're like, oh, I guess I should start doing that.
Yeah, I've got a towel rack that's been like hanging outside of the drywall anchors for
Mhm.
like 6 months. I just need to take it off, putty it, fill it, put it back on. It might take an hour, but
Yeah,
I'm sitting like that for 6 months. So
yeah,
one day when it falls off, then I'll be forced to do it.
yeah. That's usually how it happens. Hey, what's up, GOB from New Mexico? And then Chris Albrecht posted, enjoying the show while eating dinner. Cool. So, what kind of plans do you have for 2023? What are we looking at? Is the Dart getting pushed to the side and the CUDA becoming front center, or
Yeah. So, man, for the projects, obviously the Barracuda's been on my primary list for a long time. It's not something that I can really push that fast. I got to take my time with it. But I am
yeah?
still trying to get it going, at least running and driving for Mats. So
Do
I'm
you
reaching
is your
out to a guy
camera?
here local. What's
Can you
that?
can you move your camera to show your car?
I cannot. Not right now.
All
I
right.
got it all hooked up to the mic and everything. If
Yeah, no worries,
you
no
want
worries.
to check out the car on the channel.
Oh, I don't know if Jeremy's breaking up or if I'm breaking up.
You see me now?
All right, yeah, got you back.
Okay.
So
Yep. Can't touch the laptop apparently. Doesn't like that. But yeah, so that's 69 Barracudas. that's real special to me. So I got to get that running and driving, so they can at least show my grandfather it's back on the road, while he's still with
Yeah.
us. So I'm
Yeah.
definitely pushing on that. As far as that dart, I had a lot of fun with it last year. I've got a lot of sentimental value now starting to grow with it. So I'm just wrenching on it, doing all those things. But I'm just not a huge convertible guy. I know we've talked about this a few times. I'd love to get my hands on a B body. Well, I've never had one. I've had 6 A bodies. Never had a B body.
Once you go B, you never go back.
Well, I don't know. That 69 Barracuda's not going anywhere. Especially when I get it done with that V10. Be a lot of fun. Should definitely be a head turner. That's for sure.
That thing's going to be an animal, man. That's like strapping a bucket to the transmission of that V10 and then driving it. It's going to be pretty wild. I mean, I
do miss having a car that's done though, and I had a 75 Dart Swinger that was completely done, had all the little tiny details, and it was so nice to just jump in that and cruise around town. Or, I don't really get to do that right now. When I jump in a car that's running, it's the Dart, which just has the one seat and the roll bar and the 4-point harness, and everything's shaking. I can see the road underneath me because there's a couple holes in the floor,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I definitely miss having a car that's done. That's for sure. And I was looking at the Mopar Classic Industries magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the 2023 one, some of those prices, they're definitely difficult to see at first. You look at it, you kind of have to do a double take. You're like, is that really $700? Like, for example, the hood inserts on the Dart, that GTS hood that I've got, those little tiny chrome inserts,
strips,
small, nothing really, $700, $685 is what they're listed at. So yeah, taxes, you're over 700. Like, that's more than what a reproduction hood costs.
Yeah.
So like, I know a lot of people will kind of look at A bodies as beneath the B and E, but if you're gonna build the car, it costs the exact same to build it. The only difference is that initial investment.
Yeah. Your initial purchase price. Well, I think with any car nowadays, it's like you got to get as complete a car as possible, because it's those little things like that will just nickel and dime you to death, And I mean, I'm sure there's exceptions like emblems and stuff like that, but for the most part, whenever I've looked to buy a brand new part for my car, and it's usually mechanical in nature, but there's nothing less than $200. Everything's $200 or more.
Yeah.
And it's like, it makes it hard when you're trying to put something together and you've got all your normal household bills and things you want to do away from the hobby. And then it's like, well, I mean, peeling away $200 to $400 a week, or out of each paycheck to try to put a car back together, it's tough. It's expensive,
Yeah, that's why you see those projects that are in the garage for 6 years.
Yeah.
Or longer. I mean, I've had the 69 Barracuda since 2014. It was running and driving when I got it, the little slant 6, but it went under the knife in 2019.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been on the road since. It hasn't sat on its all 4 tires actually since.
Right.
And I was looking forward to doing that this week. You know how it is when you're building a custom car and nothing's original. So my front suspension, nothing wants to fit. So that front suspension is really nice. I love that Gertz/QA1 coilover setup. But I didn't have the measurements when I first purchased that. I just had to ask Carl Gertz himself. And when I was talking to him about it, I had these Mustang spec wheels. Right, they're 17 by 9-inch wide, Saline style, but they're aftermarket by American Muscle. I already had them. Hey, what's the distance between mounting surface to mounting surface? Could I run this wheel with this much backspace? I said, yeah, no problem. Well, that's not the case. So it hits the upper control arm really bad. You even tried some spacers, tried a 1/4-inch spacer. No bueno. Doubled them up to see if a 1/2-inch spacer would even allow me to mount the wheel. No bueno. You just can't run a 17-inch wheel with it unless you've got like 5 inches of backspace or less. All the Mustang spec stuff is 5.75 for the 9904.
those wheels are really deep on the inside, right? And so your control arm is basically hitting the
Yeah.
of the
So
rim.
it's actually the ball joint where it hits. The ball joint hits, and so that was a problem. And then, when I pushed it out and I added 3/4 of an inch to see what my measurements were, when I would try to turn and hit an extreme in the turn, it would hit that upper control arm. So I really have to go 18 inches if I want to run a deep dish wheel, a big wheel, or I've got to go something like 235, maybe 225 max, and do something more of an original basis, like a 15/7 or 15/8 with only 4 inches of backspace.
Wow.
So I'm trying to race this car, trying to take it to Global Time Attack and do things like that, and establish kind of a credibility for it as opposed to just being the slant six grandma car.
Yeah.
So I want to run the bigger wheels, which means I got to find some 18s. But I've got $1,600 wrapped up into the set currently. 0 miles on them.
Well, at least it's Mustang. It's probably easy to resell, right? It's a lot of
Could be
demand.
easy to resell. Yeah, I was actually looking to see if I couldn't throw them on the Dart, since I do need wheels and tires for the Dart. I just have the drag set up with the skinnies up front and the DRs out back.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see if I can't mount them. If I can mount them, I know I need the spacers, which I've already got. If I can mount them, cool, I'll run them. If not, they got to be posted up on the OfferUp or Marketplace or something.
Wow.
So that kind of sucked, which means I got to order rims and tires now. And
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but it's really difficult for me to choose a style.
Oh, really?
It probably took me like 3 months to figure out that I wanted this style of wheel. And they don't just make them in 18 inches off the get-go. You got to custom order them for that. So that'd be like a 2-month delay. So I got to get it rolling because I got to get some work done on it. So I'm probably going to take the Dart setup, throw it on the CUDA so I can get it out of the garage, send it over to the shop for the metal work that I need.
Finish up the fabrication.
Yeah. I just need help with it. I don't have time. Not with the young family and everything.
Hey, what's up, Mike? Happy New Year, everybody in the live.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
By the way, we're just screwing around waiting for Ruben at Muscle City Madness to get home and start up the live on his end. And when that happens, we'll be switching over there. So we're just kind of fooling around, getting the ball rolling and whatnot. Yeah, so for me, I've been trying to get the time for the charger. I do have the harness in the car now, or I should say under the dash. It's in the car under the dash. I got the taillight harness replaced and I have the headlight harness replaced. I just plugged in the engine harness, but it's just kind of laying in there. Nothing is, hooked up to it. And then I've had some challenges with the fuel pump. Seems like every fuel pump I've ordered lately has been coming back with a very small fitting for the fuel line, for the metal fuel line.
7/16? Or not 7/16, 5/16?
I think the right one, 5/16, because I think the right one is 3/8. Hey, what's up, Big Richard? What's up, Hugh?
Going for the rim thing too.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I just ordered some 3-inch lugs so I can swap them out. Got to be able to see them sticking through the lug nuts.
Right.
So that's fun, especially with those Wilwoods. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with Wilwoods. I didn't realize just how much was involved in putting those rotors together. I mean, I think I counted like 28 fasteners between the hub and the intermediate plate and then the rotor itself. And of course, all of them have to be thrown with red Loctite and torqued. So it's just like, man, it took me 2 hours to get one set up. And that was like with 0 distractions in my garage, just going to town working, as opposed to the stock stuff where when you get it out of the box, like the rotor's one piece.
Yeah, you just
pressed in, throw some greases or some bearings in there with grease and slide it up on the spindle. Can't do that with the Wilwoods. So taking it back out for the 3-inch lugs is going to be fun.
I'm curious how much the Wilwood stuff weighs because they look very dainty. I mean, obviously they can hold the weight of the car, but they look like they're light.
They're actually pretty robust. Here, let me grab one. I got one sitting, haven't installed it yet.
All right. Hugh says pain in the butt. What's up, Richard? If I didn't say what's up already. He's live. Who's live? Is Ruben live? Ruben, he tell us. Let me see. Well, Ruben has not sent us a link.
Is he live right now?
He is live.
Oh, yep. Got the notification.
So,
Guess give
I
him a hard
was
time.
doing all this conversation. I just don't know if
We're now live with Ruben on the other side.
big old
Hear him?
ball
Yeah.
thing, and then we all got to jump over somewhere else. Let's see if these guys
He doesn't know he's doing double duty right now.
Wait. You hear him? See what those guys are doing.
What's going on?
Well, Hugh, Big Richard, this is the Willwood setup here. So it's got some good thickness to it. I do like the billet machine hub. This is really
What are
nice.
they doing over
Cap
Like
just throws
that.
right out.
Are you listening to
If I
us?
put a weight on this, I'd probably say it's around
there? Okay.
10, 12 pounds.
No, one part man says no hangovers for next year's had to be at work the next day. Oh yeah, I already read that, dude.
Oh, maybe Ruben put the link in his comment.
I feel
Yeah,
like
he
I'm-
did.
Oh,
No.
gotcha.
You guys wanted to have like a group discussion about our projects for
You hear him?
2023, and I'm like,
All right, you want to jump over there?
Yeah, we're gonna jump over there. All right, everybody in our
what's
live.
going
If you
on,
guys
brother?
want to hang
You're
out,
halfway, Vern.
hold on. Let me
So
mute Ruben for a second. We're gonna jump over to Muscle City Madness and jump into Ruben's live. So encourage you guys to come on over. Looks like he's got a 440 hanging in the background. So let's see what his 2023 looks like. Everybody, thanks for popping in. We'll catch you over there. Bye.